God. This is literally hair of the dog that mauled me. So we'll see. Also, this might be a little esoteric, but you guys have come to know and love that, right? I don't know if you can hear it, but Graham Nash is playing in the background. And have you ever gone to go grab your vinyl copy of Song for Beginners and you can't find it, which is crazy because it was the most record. It's your most listened to record for like a solid season, not that long ago. And all your albums are in alphabetical order. You would never loan it to anybody, so you just think you're crazy. And you almost want to cry. And then as you're looking for it, you come across a copy of Pink Floyd's Metal, and you're like, but that'll work. That'll make me feel good. And then you realize it's probably maybe a little bit too much for what you have right now, so you just put it on Spotify. The Graham Nash record, that is. And while it's nice and it scratches the itch, it just doesn't give you that warm pop. And I'm going to use that as a segue into talking about these cold wines. You want the warm pop of vinyl and the cold fruity pop of these wines. My name is Danielle Norris. Hello. I am one of the co-founders and sommeliers of Slick Wines. We are a virtual wine-focused education and events platform here in Chicago, Illinois. And this is June Wine Gang. Bang, bang, Wine Gang. The theme for this month is Damn, That's Cold. And we're going to talk about a Chillable Red and a Carbonic Cutie that we offer in our wine club today. So your girl was out in these streets last night. She was, fucking around, hanging out with Bacchus. A little too hard last night. So I'm about as tender as a newborn rabbit. So thank you for sharing this space with me. And let's get into our first wine. Oh my God. Which is beautiful and one of my favorites. So this is 2020 Unico's Fresh AF. Fresh AF is absolutely right. This is Unico Zello. This is coming from Riverland in South Australia, in the continent country known as Australia. Which, did you know that only 30% of Australia is inhabited? This is 70% Nero d'Avola, that hot little red cutie that we see in a lot of Sicilian wines. And then the other 30% is Zabibo. Say it with me. Zabibo. Zabibo is a white grape that was actually first discovered in Egypt and is really prolific in Sicily. So again, and this is a wine from Australia, so already we're like booking a lot of miles, putting a lot of stamps on the passport, right? Zabibo is Nero is very light-bodied, very high acid, super fruity, ideal for making a chillable red. But the addition of Zabibo, which is also known as Muscat de Alexandria, and extra credit, shout out to my true nerds out there. You know that Muscat, if you like it, well, first of all, if you like it, you're very cool. And you know that Muscat, if you're familiar with it, is a very, very aromatic grape. And that lends itself to this wine here. So you're getting this light body, fruity structure, round, juicy mouth, and popping aromatics from that Zabibo. So, This is actually probably exactly this probably should have happened a little bit earlier today, to be honest, because just that one sip is making me feel so much better. This wine is incredibly crushable. With it being summer, I think it's fantastic with barbecues. It's beautiful. Coming from such a warm and arid climate too, I think that really allows these like beautiful cherry tones in the grape to really come alive and show themselves. This wine is stunning. This wine is crushable. Please drink it cold. I'm talking like fridge temp cold. And yeah, let us know what you think. It's one of my absolute favorites. This makes me want to go to Smoke Barbecue and get a rack of ribs and take my shoes off and sit in the middle of somebody's lawn and just eat ribs and drink this wine. So y'all can come find me. Now, we're popping on over to California for Super Bloom. This is also 2020, and this is a Cuvée Zero, so a natural wine from Las Hadas. The winemakers here are Joel Burt and Eric Warheim, that guy. And this is their Carbonic Red, Chillable Rosé. Really kind of all of those things fit the bill here. So this is a table wine. It's designed to be just like really drank. Not too much to, I think the best way to call it would be like a vin de soif. This is meant to be enjoyed. You don't have to think about it. It doesn't need to be like this really elaborate pairing. It's just a lifestyle wine, right? Like something that's just beautiful that you really want to drink and enjoy and hang out. Super Bloom, the name comes from when there's heavy rains in the desert and all the little flowers that pop up across the landscape afterwards that herald the coming of warmer weather, typically like the end of spring going into summer. I love that. That's so incredibly visual. And this is a little aromatic. I'm going to start describing wine that way. Like, I feel very aromantic about this wine. Because I do. Especially with it being from the Madeira foothills. And using a lot of Rhone varietals here. So we're getting like Marsanne, Roussanne, Mourvèdre, Carignan. I mean, she's sassy. A little Picpoul Blanc at the end as well. Shout out to my Picpoul Blanc lovers out there. And I really should have done this earlier today. I'm feeling so much better and my mouth is alive. It's wonderful. This is really bright. It's very fresh. It's got this excellent note of just the tiniest like underripe watermelon. And it's incredibly fresh, unfined, unfiltered. The label just like blows me away. Both of these suggest like a lot of texture, which is beautiful. Small production wine as well. I think this is the third vintage. I think the first vintage they only made 200 cases, and I believe they're up to roughly like 1,200 now. So if you can catch it, certainly grab it. And I would just have this with anything. I would have this with sitting outside with friends. I would have this with outdoor tarot readings, honestly. Definitely while listening to Cocteau Twins. And just anything where you want to hug the insides of your body via your esophagus and kind of let that glow radiate out from the inside of you and into the world. So that's it. My 2020 Carbonic Cuties and Chillable Reds for June Wine Gang from Slick. I'm Danielle Norris. Thank you so much for being so sweet to me. And if you want to send me cheeseburgers, I would love you forever.